Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got and a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Derek White and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks.
And with the way they've been able to march right along in this season lately, I think they should be able to keep things going in this next stretch. Just come out with the same energy and discipline, and you should have some wins.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. McNeely out there with Bridges, and it's ABC, then it's Miller, and it's Mann in at the point guard position. And for Detroit, we've got Quentin Grimes. Adams is out there with Holland. Then it's Cade Cunningham, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. When your team is looking at a back-to-back, how do you approach the first game of the 2, Tim?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early, lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it can also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
Here's Middleton following the basket by MP, and it's good, 2 points.
And that is great work inside by Cunningham. He could just beat you in so many ways.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Adams. Pass to Holland. Bridges with the steal. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Mann in the corner. Miller outside. Charlotte moving it around. Fires the 3. Here's ABC. And MP throws it down hard.
And how about this youngster, MP, the concentration to get that bucket even through the contact?
The Hornets shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit? And the big question for MP is going to be work ethic. Because if he can put in the sweat, there's no reason he can't be a star in this league.
Here's Grimes. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Miller outside. MP up top. Adams defending. Just 5 to shoot. MP finds Mann. Offline with his 3. Pistons trail by 6. Here's Cunningham. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Well, for them, this was a favorable matchup. These teams were really in different places last year.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Celtics just played phenomenal. He ended up with 70 points, and he was on a tear in that game, recording a season high in points. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Great stuff, Allie. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on, and there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
And so it's Charlotte with it after Chris Middleton missed from long range.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Pass to Holland. Back to Cunningham. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Cunningham's got 6 points. Here's Mann. Scoreless thus far. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself, and that is the difference.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So for the Pistons, Quinman's checked in, and it's Sexton in for Quentin Grimes. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Swan's checked in. Knipple comes in for McNeely. Green's checked in for Miller, and it's Johnson in for Trey Mann. Now, here's MP. After Colin Sexton's miss. Pistons trail by 13. Cunningham with it. Now defended by MP. The shot by Sexton, no good. 43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Knipple with the bucket.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
Here's Quintman. Middleton finds Cunningham. That shot, no good. Good defense by MP. It's stolen by Cunningham. From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 8.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
Cade Cunningham out there with Colin Sexton. Then there's Brandon Boston. And it's Reed. And it's Quintman in at the four-man position. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Well, his decision-making has improved each season. Cunningham now looking like a seasoned vet running that pick and roll. Cunningham kicks to Reed.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop and the dunk by Reed.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here's MP. He had a career game last time out, bucket after bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And with the trend, Greg, toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Knipple with it. Defended by Boston. Basket counts.
Smart pass by MP. Great to see a young player making the right decisions with the ball.
Here's Sasser, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. What an asset to a team. When you've got big men who can knock down free throws, look here at the top centers and power forwards in terms of free throw percentage this season. MP is number 1.
He's got a great rhythm and form at the foul line. Sometimes we don't see that in the big fellas, but he is automatic up there.
McNeely's checked in for Knipple.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And he is just piling up the numbers here. MP seems to improve every time we see him. Such an impressive talent.
Now, here's Cunningham. 11 points in the game. Inside, And the dunk by Reed.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Cheatham, still without a basket. ABC's shot is good. And the Hornets lead by 18.
Finishing through contact is required in the NBA. MP knows he can't let guys stop him.
Reed a screen. Cunningham against Miller. Sasser. No good with the triple. Hornets leading by 18. Here's ABC. Detroit with the rebound. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, they didn't play down to the level of their opponent. That's not an easy thing to pull off, but they certainly were focused in this.
Here's Miller after the basket by Detroit. MP with the bounce pass. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Al LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Guys?
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. A different look here for Detroit. Steven Adams comes in for Paul Reed. And Middleton subbed in for Marcus Sasser. The Hornets also with a sub. Bridges checks in. Here's Holland. No scoring in this one. The kick out to Cunningham. Five on the clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, they've come into a nice flow this quarter.
Charlotte leading by 13. Here's ABC. And MP throws it down hard.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam. Brought to you by AT&T. There's 1:54 left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Grimes. Back to Cunningham. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
The shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry the team and try and get out of this hole.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Salon's checked in, and it's Green in for Brandon Miller. Pass to Cunningham. To the paint, looking for Adams. He gets it there.
He threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
MP, that's for 2. Bridges trying to free himself up. And a great move by MP. MP's got 26. Middleton outside. 54 seconds left in the first half. Cunningham's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
ABC, MP dazzling off the drive.
Look at how swiftly MP moves to the rim there.
Cunningham passes to Adams. Middleton on the wing. Now here's Cunningham. He had 34 points in the win against Washington. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Pistons have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That's good from Cunningham.
Well, Cade is a former #1 pick, and the expectations were there, and it took a few years, and now he is a force to be reckoned with.
Knipples checked in for Bridges.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
Here's Cunningham. Here's Holland. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hornets on top, up by 15. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
Welcome to halftime, folks, and so far MP has been making a dominant impact. Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them, but I'll go with either Bird.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Pistons.
Number one goal in the offseason, get yourself some rim protectors. The guys you have cannot do it.
And credit their opponent for relentlessly exploiting that here. Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
Hornets leading by 15. On the court for Charlotte. Miles Bridges is out there with McNeely. Then it's Miller. Then it's Trey Mann. And it's MP in at the 5 down low.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Middleton outside. Pass to Cunningham. 6 to shoot. Driving to the basket. Adams' shot is good.
And that's something Cunningham takes pride in. Sharp read with that pinpoint pass.
Here's ABC, and such a nice move to make the basket work. MP's got 4 points in the quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Grimes passes to Adams. Cunningham outside. MP grabs the miss. MP's got 11 rebounds in the game. He gets that one. MP's got 36.
I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
Cunningham outside. There's the drive. Pass to Holland. Back to Cunningham. From deep three-point land, kept alive. Tries yet again. And the rejection by MP. Shot by Grimes, no good.
He created the opening, he got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Middleton outside. Here's Holland. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Holland's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The drive again. What an avalanche.
And he's into the 40 scoring-wise, a familiar place to be.
We've seen him do this a lot. He's almost into the top 5 on the all-time 40-point game list. Here's Holland. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. On the wing, MP. Adams defending, and he comes up with the deuce.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Detroit. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
MP, good.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Grimes. Nothing on the board. Sexton the pass to Adams. It's rebounded by Charlotte. ABC's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. To the left side wing. Down low. And he makes good on the layup. MP's got 48.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Detroit Pistons. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. For the Pistons. Timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. MP outside. Pass to man. He's looking for MP and finds him. Adams, some nice D. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. They've got Steven Adams. Brandon Boston is out there with Colin Sexton. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's Sasser in at the point. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. And the shot goes down.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
And the dunk by MP.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
And the Pistons with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hornets. And stolen by Miller. MP with it. On the wing, Bridges. Back to MP. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. The kick out to Cunningham. This seems to be an era, Tim, of parity in the NBA, but some say there has been a lack of rivalries as well, kind of the culprit.
Well, I think it's tough to have rivalries as often now because you need some sort of a history in the postseason, and I just don't think we've had it. Kevin, also, I think it's because some of the stars have changed teams as frequently as they have, makes those rivalries less likely.
Can you think of the last real rivalry we've had in the postseason, even going to the finals?
I think it has to be Steph's Golden State Warriors and LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers, 4 straight finals appearances.
The shot's good. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Charlotte.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
I've been really impressed with how intense their defense has been. They are picking up steals left and right, which is disrupting their opponent's rhythm.
Here is Cunningham following the basket by MP. Cunningham finds Sasser. Outside, Sexton. Pass to Cunningham. Adams sets the pick for Cunningham. Clock at 4. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. The shot by Sexton, no good. Charlotte has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And the dunk by MP.
Wow, MP just explodes off the floor. What an athlete.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Back to Sasser. From outside the arc, ABC grabs the board. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 10-2 run here. To the inside. And good! He hits it again.
And it's 60 points again. Can't believe he's done it now 3 times.
I mean, right. 3 times. He's now tied for the 3rd most 60-point games in a single campaign. Bounce pass from Cunningham. And the rejection by MP. Adams' shot is off. And here's Charlotte.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Hornets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for MP.
Yeah, no doubt. He was the most impactful player for their offense tonight.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Sasser. Detroit, no good that time either. And here's Charlotte. They've outscored him 16 points to 2. Not slowing down. And again.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up.